just like to talk to you for a while.
I'd rather be with you.
Man, I tell you, that Bone and Peanut, some harmonizing fools. So, I decided that I want to talk about topics in boxing and subjects and fighters that nobody's really talking about. You know, like what's going on with the 126-pound division. Where did this narrative come from that Oscar Valdez is ducking Shakur? Okay, well, listen, this is a good place to start. So, this is what I had to do. I couldn't find the original post-fight interview, but what I did was find my video, and we can go back and do a little bit of blast from the past. Would you believe me if I told you that that's not the same hat and that's not the same hoodie? I have 3 of those hats. All right, well, this is a good place to start. This is a good place to start. So listen in. Please subscribe. We're going to start here. And no, this is not me. Look, this is crazy. It's almost like looking in the mirror, but not. I'm actually 10 pounds lighter than I was then. So, all right, shut up. This is a good place to start. So this is Oscar Valdez's. This is me moments actually during the Valdez post-fight. So he's about to do his post-fight interview, and he's about to announce why he's moving up. So this is what, about June the 8th or June the 9th or whatever of this year. So listen in. I don't like fucking around with Top Rank, man.
Is Oscar Valdez a convincing unanimous decision win over a
Target Yermo
and game, but outclassed Jason Sanchez. And here is the champ with Bernardo.
Oscar,
Yeah, so
Andre
we're gonna talk about it.
You a refined warrior tonight. In your second fight under Eddie Reynoso, he was very happy that you didn't engage in a firefight. How would you assess tonight's performance?
I'm happy, but you know, you could always do better. Now I feel like I am improving with Eddie. I thank Eddie, my dad, the whole team, because without them none of this is possible. Frankie, thank you everybody for the support.
You talked about the weights. This is your 6th defense at 126 pounds. Will we see you again at this weight, or is it time to move to 130?
I hope so. I really hope so. But I also want to listen to my body. I got my doctor, everyone around here. We're going to see what's benefit, because sometimes I feel like I get tired in there without not doing much. And I feel maybe it's because of a weight loss. But I am hoping for another fight at 126. But I'm not 100% sure if it's the right decision not to go up to 130. But we'll see. We'll talk about it as a
I think you should go up.
And do what's best. You know, I don't want to fight a featherweight and maybe not beat him 100%. So I'm willing to fight anybody, to be honest. 130, 126, let's do it.
Thank you very much, Oscar. Joe.
There are great fights to be made, whether he stays here.
That explains a lot, though, right? What happened to the super chat? God damn it. This is what pisses me off. Dice Flawless super chatted, keep up the good work, T Street, but why is it not popping up on the screen?
His spirit, he gave messages, he gives guidance, he is forever loved, right?
T Street Controversy donated $26 through Super Chat. This is a test Super Chat alert for $26.
He was in spirit, he gave messages, he gives guidance, he is forever loved, right?
Dice Flawless donated $5 through Super Chat. Keep up the good work, T.
It works. All right, that's what's up. Let's go look at it real quick. Let's go look at his resume. And let's talk about it, because in my opinion right now, I'm telling you right now, I don't think he's ducking. I don't think he's a no good ducker. All right, my stream is lagging. Why didn't y'all tell me? It doesn't say it's lagging on my end. Is it really lagging? Damn. All right. Well, whatever. 26-0 with 20 KOs. When did he win that WBO 126-pound title? He won it back in, I covered that fight, against Gradiovic in 2016. He has defended it. Matias Carlos Adrian Ruda. What card was this? I don't know. I don't have time to look it up. Haroshigo Sawa. What's up, Virgil? I like that. Oh, it give you like a little thank you too. Oh shit. Wait till I work out the kinks in this bad boy. Wait till I work out the kinks. Anyway, shh. All right, let's move on. This Miguel Mariaga fight, this was a very, very good fight back then. Remember that? So right there, he won the title. That's 3 title defenses. These 2 fighters, by the way, Mariaga and Cervania, are now like very active in the top ranked stable. Then this one was Scott Quigg. Let's go look at some highlights. Guillermo, man. Guillermo probably gonna be mad, but we won't show a little bit of highlights, Guillermo, I think. It's my bad, Guillermo. I had it on screen. What were we looking for? I was looking for the Valdez versus Quigg highlights. Did I delete them? Man, I done took him down. God damn it. Where you at, Valdez? He fought with a broken jaw. Like, he fought with a broken jaw. That's not it. It's the fight after this. Wait a minute. Am I forgetting something? Didn't both of them break their jaw? Correct me if I'm wrong. I was sick when this fight happened. So I'm looking at it like this, right? To not get too far off track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's had 6 title defenses at that weight. And then you have this. I'm not going to show you this, but you can listen in. I'm just laying the landscape for you. Just laying the landscape so we can talk about everything all in one shot. All right? So listen in right here real quick. And we're going to talk about it.
Newark came out to see you tonight. How do you feel about the performance you put on for your hometown?
That was a great performance that I put on for the city of Newark. I'm glad that everybody came out to support me the way they did. Top rank, y'all got to give me better competition. I want the world champions, Oscar Valdez, Santa Cruz. I want the world champion. Y'all got to give me better competition. That guy came in there, he ain't want no smoke.
Well, 3 guys. He was the 3rd guy that finally decided to step into the ring, and then we had another 5 guys who were offered the fight and decided not to take it. But what's important here is, whose belt do you feel ready to take right now at 126?
I want the IBF and the WBO. Josh Warrington got the IBF. Oscar Valdez got the WBO. I'm number 1 in the WBO, and I'm number 3 in the IBF. So I think it's that time.
Would you go to England to fight Josh Warrington?
I would love to go to England to fight Josh Warrington. We could do that in December. Bob Aaron, make it happen. Frank Warren, make it happen. Top rank, let's get it.
All right, well, you said because of your style, fighters don't want to fight you. This is 5 knockouts in your last 7 fights. What do you feel that you can continue to improve upon?
I mean, I surprised myself today. I was going to the body a lot. The body shots, I seen him at the weigh-ins. He didn't look like he was in that much shape, so I went straight to the body from the beginning and finished him off to the head.
He is forever loved, right?
Hassan Malik donated $5 through Super Chat. Warrington had surgery to replace his hands with pillows.
How were you able to handle the pressure of
What?
being at home?
I mean, it ain't no pressure when I'm built for this. I'm built for this, and I've been going through pressure my whole life, and I always became a diamond after the pressure, so I'm going to keep being a diamond.
All right, when you look out and see these people here at the Prudential Center where you used to come and watch guys fight, what do you see yourself doing for these fans in the future?
I see me bringing big fights to Newark. I see me bringing boxing back to Newark, New Jersey. Brick City, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Without y'all, I wouldn't be who I am.
All right, thank you very much, Shakur. Look forward to seeing you again, Joe.
See, I'm getting better. So what it is I got to figure out what's going on with the sound. I got to figure out why there's feedback. See, I don't want to wear I don't want to wear them fucking headphones. You dig me? So the volume, whatever, I'm figuring it out. But this is a good time to break down the rankings for you and to tell you who can fight who and why they're not fighting whoever who. And also, who is this guy that Josh Warrington is fighting? Wait, let me remember. Let me see if I can remember how to pronounce his name. His name is Sofiane, right? His name is Sofiane Tutakanen or something. So let's do it this way. Let me pull up the rankings. I got to update my rankings probably tomorrow, because they're a little bit behind, because I got to take his belt away. So let's do it like this, right? All right. Let's start over here with Gary Russell. Gary Russell fought Kingo Martinez in his last fight, and he's flirting around with Eddie Hearn. But I think that he just flirting just to try to get some more money from Al Haymon to make Leo Santa Cruz. But ain't nobody going to be buying Gary Russell versus Leo Santa Cruz on no motherfucking pay-per-view by itself. Now, something logical that can happen is we get Wilder versus Ortiz 2 and Gary Russell versus Leo Santa Cruz as the co-feature. That seems very logical. And that way, you know, Gary Russell can get some of that pay-per-view money. And Leo Santa Cruz, well, you know, we don't know what he's doing. So in regards to this video, as you can see in the thumbnail, I didn't include them for a reason, because they're over on the Haymon side. And frankly, at this point in time, both of those guys, Gary Russell and Leo Santa Cruz, would move up to 130 before they fight Josh Warrington, Oscar Valdez, Shakur Stevenson, or Cole Frampton, as we talked about. Or as we're talking about, right? So you got Josh Warrington. I guess, see, I don't want to, let's wait on Josh Warrington, because I want to play this whole interview and listen to it from BT Sport. So we're going to wait to talk about him a little bit. So we're going to jump right over to our man Cole Frampton, who, where are we at? Damn it, I'm all over the place. Who injured his hand. He's going to be at the weigh-in tomorrow for the card that's supposed to be his, where he's supposed to be fighting Emmanuel Rodriguez. Yes, his name. So he injured his hand. That card, or that fight, is now off, and there was going to be Julian Sosa here. Let me look it up, man. Crazy. Jason Sosa. So I'm going to be at this card. Remember, the main event was supposed to be Cole Frampton versus Emmanuel Dominguez or Rodriguez. I forgot the poor fellow's name. And Nonito Donaire was going to fly in. And now this is, you know, what's left of the card. It's a prospect card. I'm looking forward to Ribisi Ramirez fight, though. That's going to be sick, right? I'm looking forward to that. Shakur Stevenson will definitely be there. Jeremy Adorno's on the card. Up and coming, he sparred with Tyson Fury, Sonny Conto, Paul Kroll, Donald Smith. You know, prospect card now. So the way it's looking is that Shakur Stevenson has been ordered to fight Golden Boy's Joet Gonzalez. Golden Boy and Top Rank work together for certain fights, and this is a fight that I think they're going to work together for. Where will it end up? Will Shakur Stevenson end up on the zone? Definitely not. This is, you know, it's going to happen on ESPN, you know, if it happens, but I believe it will happen. And Joet Gonzalez, I covered his last fight. Let me see. Pull him up real quick. And we're going to go right here. Where you at? I covered your fight somewhere. Oh, you're not going to list me? It was on the zone. Let me see if I can find some highlights for you. You're not going to list me, Google? How dare you? You scum. So this is me again. Covering the fight. So I'm going to give y'all little highlights. Let me see. Let me fast forward so you can get a little feel of, when was this? This was July the 13th. This was a couple of weeks ago. I cover so many fights I barely remember, man. I barely be remembering these fights. So here, just to give you a feel, for those who didn't or who don't know who he is, understand this. A very significant fight is going to be coming up later on this year with 126-pound now contender Shakur Stevenson and this guy right here, Joet Gonzalez of Golden Boy. All right? So let's see. Start right here. Where we going to start? Now remember, when I do these videos, I'm doing these videos as all of this is going on. So let's see.
57 seconds, round number 6. Referee Jose Colbion Stetson puts a halt to the bout for your winner by KO and still undefeated, Joet Gonzalez.
You couldn't call it an easy night at work, Sergio, but it was certainly effective for Joet Gonzalez.
Yeah, it was. He broke down Avila the right way, because Avila started off fast and he was confident, he was boxing, he was on his toes, bouncing, he was fighting behind the jab.
I don't know, I'm it's going to be a tough test, for both him and Shakur Stevenson. I'm not going to say that either can beat both now, because I still need to do some more research. But right now, it looks like they may be ordered to fight each other if, obviously, Shakur Stevenson wins tonight. But as it stands right now, both of these guys haven't seen fighters like each other. Gonzalez hasn't seen a fighter like Shakur Stevenson with that amateur pedigree and just the overall skill set. And Shakur hasn't seen somebody with that accuracy and punch volume. And Shakur is more of a prospect. He's on a fast track, and I'm pretty sure Andre Ward and wait, here we go. Hold up. Listen in.
You're going to stop him. Why were you so confident tonight coming against Tino?
Oh, because I work hard. I work hard every day in the gym. All I do is sleep, eat, and everything boxing. I'm confident in myself, so if I say I'm going to do something, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Your dad, Don Chewy, your trainer, told you before that final round, go to the body, attack him, finish him. You weren't going to let him get out of the round, were you?
No, it was time to go. I saw fire like in the second or third round. He was already gassed. He wasn't going to be able to box long, and I got him on the 6th.
He just told me that you hit really precise. You're on point, that you don't miss. Who do you want to fight?
Any champion at 126. And anybody that's running their mouth, come down at 126 or go up, whatever, but this is my division.
Who's running their mouth?
Everybody, man.
Everybody, go on, give me a name. Who's running their mouth?
I got 2 names, man. I got Shakur Stevenson running mouth too much, and I got Joseph Diaz. If they want it, they can get it too.
Oh, shit. Look, let's start some shit up. Look, see, I got the footage. You see, I got the footage. He called Shakur Stevenson out. I got the footage. That's me. 2 weeks ago, we got the footage. 3 weeks ago, we got the footage.
Wow.
JoJo at 130 now.
Hey, man, all I do is box.
JoJo definitely at 130 now. So, yeah, that was his last fight. And honestly, wait, do I got any highlights in here for you? Let's see if you can. I don't feel like going to look for those highlights, though. I forgot to pull them up. All right, I'll go. All right. Oh, all right. Oh, man, I got to go look for him. What card was that? What was the main event of that card? I done forgot. Hold up. Ray Vargas Kameda. Oh, yeah. You know, I ain't been on this site in God knows how long. I ain't been on the zone in like a week. Oh, what are y'all doing? Ho. Ortiz versus Arreola. Yeah, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to cover that on Sunday because I'm actually going to be at the ESPN fight. They're going to make me go all the way back. Oh, there we are. All right, there we are. I'm not going to show you the full fight. I'm going to just show you some highlights. Dude is all right. Show you some highlights.
Vision.
This was just a couple of weeks ago on
a couple dozen, it seems like.
He opened up a can of whoop ass on him.
I think the corner wants to throw a towel in.
It may just be a matter of time now for Joet Gonzalez.
Phil Mondelo in Emmanuel's corner just off the fight. The referee doesn't see it.
And they have
fight is stopped.
They have stopped it. And Joet Gonzalez may have a title opportunity right in front of him after stopping Emmanuel Avila here tonight.
Phil Mondelo had that white towel ready to be thrown. Ultimately, he knew that his man was outgunned.
Now, when you think about it, right? Depending on how you look at let me close some of this before I get confused. I've covered a significant amount of Shakur Stevenson fights. In fact, I think all of them. I'm not sure. Maybe not his first two, but I've covered a significant amount, and I've seen them all. So the question is, outside of Christopher Diaz, who has he fought that can probably give? If you know Joet Gonzalez is a fighter, who has he fought at this point in time? You know, it's going to be the toughest fight of his career. Both of them, obviously. I'm expecting war, and I can't wait to see it. This is one of those type of fights that, unfortunately, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but if Shakur Stevenson was an Al Haymon fighter, he wouldn't be getting this fight like this right now. Look at a guy like Richardson Hitchens. Shakur Stevenson wouldn't be getting this type of fight right now. I mean, yeah, he'd be making a whole bunch of money fighting a whole bunch of nothings for the next, I'm not going to say nothings, you know, for the next like 2 years from now, 2 years or whatever. But now, you know, he's in the deep end. So let's say, you know, he is the favorite to win that WBO title. Josh Warrington is fighting this guy right here, Sofiane. We're going to call him Sofiane. Now, I'm not giving Josh Warrington shit. You know why? It's because when you look at Lee Selby, call Frampton, Barry Galahad, he Barry now. You Barry. He wants a little light touch. You know, he wants a tender touch. He wants an ever so he wants his touch to be, he wants a gentle, tender touch. And as you know by now, if you haven't knew, or if you didn't know, he's an IBF champion. So an IBF mandatory is going to sneak up on his ass. And right now, since Shakur is going for that WBO, don't be surprised if Barry get another shot, because the IBF will order him versus Jack Tepera. And wait, what the fuck? Did I do something wrong? Wait a minute. See, I got to update my shit. Hold on. Wait. 1 minute. 1 minute. Let me go. 1 minute. 1 minute. You can't have two spots, Barry. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Hold up. God damn it. Sorry, guys. Yo, man, it take a lot to run all this shit, man. Where you at? Oh, all right. Oh, I forgot to remove him. I forgot to remove him after he lost. That's what happened with Barry. But wait a minute, something's still wrong. All right. So here's where Sofiane is at. The Sofiane from France. I'm guessing that some shenanigans are going to be done like it was with the Revianchenko. Remember, the Revianchenko was a mandatory last year. And then that's going to be the video, the stream I'm doing tomorrow on how Golovkin got stripped for not fighting the guy he's going to fight for the belt he got stripped for, the Revianchenko. So a lot of people are questioning, how did the Revianchenko become mandatory again? So I suspect, right? I suspect that Kid Galahad will be ordered to fight Jack Tepera to be Josh Warrington next mandatory. That's my theory. So yeah, I'm gonna fix this today. This is disgraceful. I can fix it. You know what? Let's fix it right now. I don't feel like fixing it right now, but I do kind of want to take Valdez belt live on air. But whatever. Anyway, moving on. So this is a good time to go listen to this. He was, out of the active champions at 126, he does have the best resume. You can say that.
The rest are over in the States, and I thought that's what would have happened.
Here, let's listen to
Josh, how are you?
Very well, very well. How are you?
Very good, thanks. I'll be better with that belt of yours, but there you go. Kind of everything.
Everyone else seems to want to, apart from other champions.
Yeah, that's true. What is going on there?
Mate, I don't know. You tell me. It's been a frustrating few weeks in waiting for news, meetings with Frank and the team. I've been up and down, thinking that some movements were going to be made, and then it just fell flat on its ass. And everyone's saying that Oscar Valdez is declared he's moving up. Don't know what's happening with Leo Santa Cruz, because he's talked about he wants to be a 4-weight world champion, and Gary Russell Jr.'s in area 51, I think. And that's where.
You see how, like, Gary Russell Jr., like, people don't even take him seriously. It's just like, it just seems like a waste, It just seems like a waste. But yeah, Josh Warrington haircuts do be crazy.
Where we are, and disappointed, because I think more or less promised the fans that the next one would be a unification fight. I just believe that was going to happen. I believe that was the next natural step. Beating everyone I had to overear. These guys were like in Frampton and Galahad, the best in Europe. The rest are over in the States, and I thought that's what was going to be happening, and it's not. And I had a fair old sulk. I did have a fair old sulk about it. Dusting myself off. I've spoken with my family. Got to defend that belt, and I've got to keep active. So where we are, October 12th, we'll go again. Coach ranks number 4 in IBF rankings, and he's a tough fella, and that's where we are.
Yeah, he's.
Do you guys understand what he's saying? He's caught up in the politics. You know, he was expecting, you know, to get a unification, possibly a fight over, and possibly, okay, well, he knows the unification will be either against Gary Russell or against Leo Santa Cruz or Oscar Valdez. So since Oscar Valdez is moving up, he can't get that fight. But Oscar Valdez, if he was to stay, wanted to call Frampton. I doubt that he would have fought Josh Warrington. And with his affiliation with Frank Warren, BT Sport, and how BT Sport, Frank Warren fighters are affiliated, their fights have to be on ESPN. That creates an issue for guys like, for him to fight guys like Gary Russell and Leo Santa Cruz, who have that PBC ITV thing over there in the UK. I don't know how significant that would play in. For example, well, actually, I think all PBC fighters, with the exception of maybe Al Haymon fighters, with exception of a few, fight on PBC on ITV. That is Al Haymon's UK, shit he's trying to get off the ground. But when it comes to here in the States, technically, on paper, because of his contractual agreement with Frank Warren and Frank Warren Promotions, he is an ESPN fighter, an ESPN Plus fighter. So he can't fight on PBC on Fox to fight a Gary Russell. He can't fight on a Showtime. So the only options for a unification would be against a Shakur Stevenson or Joel Gonzalez, whoever wins that belt. So he's caught up in that shit, which is why, if you look at the deep politics of it, why he's fighting Sophie Ann. And, I guess you can say that unless he moves up, he's going to have to fight, the winner of that fight to get a big fight. I've heard many things about Gary Russell Jr. I've heard that it's him. I've heard that it's more him than anybody. But also I've heard he's been having issues with Top Rank. But remember, Al Haymon, and a couple of years ago, he did that bizarre interview or segment on Showtime where he was basically saying he wasn't paid enough. And it's just whoa, bro, whoa. But let's listen to the rest of this. So he's talking about Josh Warrington here, how he's just been upset. And you have to think, look at Billy Joe Saunders, and him splitting from Frank Warren. There's big fights he can't get because of that affiliation. And I'm wondering, it seems more likely that a guy like Billy Joe Saunders will sign with a Matchroom.
Southpaw, is that going to present any problems for you?
It don't matter. It don't matter if it's Southpaw or not. If Shakur Stevenson's a Southpaw. So, I don't want to really dwell on the fact if it's Southpaw or not. I'm a champion. A world champion should be able to deal with anything, switches to Southpaws, orthodox, tall, long, short, whatever. You're a world champion. You've got to be prepared for whatever the opposite corner brings. And, it's a few folk got asked in the top 10. A few weren't available. And this fella snapped it with both hands, so that's where we are.
So it might be a good warm-up for Stevenson then?
Maybe so. I'm not putting them... I put a lot of pressure on my own shoulders last time out, thinking that get through this one and it's the big one's going to happen. I'm not going to do that this time round. All I'm going to do is concentrate on winning, be patient and concentrate on winning, and the patience will prevail eventually. The patience will prevail. I do believe I will get that shot against another one of the champions, but I just want to bring an A-class performance just for the fans, man. Last time, stunk the house out. In 29 fights, it's probably one where I didn't listen to my old fella. It gave me a fair old about that. But, I could have done I could have gone about the fight in a different manner. Obviously, Galahad takes two to tango. Didn't want to engage. He just tried to steal it. I felt like I was outworking him at times, and all I wanted to do were hold on and survive and see the final bell. And after that one, you just want to come back with a fighter performance, especially how the tough fights in 2018 went. So this fella, he's taking that opportunity. He's going to present himself, and he's going to give it everything. He's not coming in at 2 or 3 weeks. He's got a full camp ready for it, and I'm just going to bring an A-class performance. I don't want to talk too much, but I'm just going to deliver, show you on the night.
Yeah, it's weird. You could come away, you make a successful defence of your title, and yet you're slightly downbeat about it. After the last fight. I mean,
yeah, I'm my worst critic. I'm my worst critic because, I know what I'm capable of doing, and all throughout the camp, sparring, everything was on point. Everything we'd worked on. It not really came of what I'd worked on. So I'm disappointed in that respect, and I can't really be doing that at this level. You've got to be bringing your best every time. It all comes down to that one night, doesn't it? And it's to be a dangerous world champion, you've got to be putting dangerous performances like where it puts fear into everyone else. I would have thought that the other champions would have thought, hey, could beat Josh actually. Let's fight him, but it didn't. So I'm focusing now. It's just throwing everyone off fight, honestly.
Sometimes I think to myself, do fighters understand the politics when they sign to certain promoters or like when they become like champions? I wonder sometimes if when Terrence Crawford signed with Top Ranked, did he think like, okay, well, they're about to get that ESPN deal, so those PBC fighters are going to have to fight me. And Josh Warrington is saying here, he thought that, well, since he put on, a lackluster somewhat a performance against Kid Galahad or Barry, that other fighters or champions would be like, oh yeah, I want him next. And it just didn't work out that way. So now, looking at this interview, he seems like he was really, really like depressed when he heard like, who? Sofiane who? Tukataka who? I'd be pissed too. Warrington and Stevenson should have fought. Both are available. Nah, that's not. Nah, I don't agree with that. Because you gotta probably, but you have to think. Of course, Warrington would, and his team would advise him to push off or not fight Shakur Stevenson and say, well, you got to get a belt, which he did. And fighters were still on the fence. I got a video that I'm having a hard time getting off of my iPad when I talked to Cole Frampton last week, where he was saying, even though Valdez, as we played the clip earlier, he said that he was moving up. After his last fight, he's been saying for some time he's been having issues with the weight. With, 126, he can't handle it no more. But fighters like Cole Frampton, that's my house phone. T Street still has a house phone. 1 minute. I'll be right back.
That's my mental. Every fight going to try to win the fight as convincingly and as vicious as I can.
Yeah, I mean, when you say they didn't want the fight, did they not want to come to Leeds, or did they not want the fight full stop, like Valdez and the rest of the boys?
Didn't want the fight full stop. I mean, I almost got on my hands and knees and begged Frank. Absolutely begged him to make it happen. And he had to grab me by the shoulders and look me nice and listen, I'm reassuring you, doing everything I can to make it happen. They just don't want it. And I spoke to a few American folk who were at the Dubois show and Gorman show, and they were just like more or less echoing everything Frank was saying. I didn't want it, and I'm not one to take to social media and start calling people out there. That's just not my character. I've never done it, so I'm not going to start doing it now. But even like Oscar Valdez's manager, it said we just want to fight Carl Frampton or Josh Warrington. I responded to that tweet saying, I'm here, call my management team. We didn't hear nothing, and Frank gave it another push, but don't came of it. So it's frustrating. You would have thought that, especially the two Mexicans there, they'd won it straight away. It's like Mexican honour, Mexican pride, fight against the other champions, be unified champion, but it's proving harder to get that to happen.
Yeah, and Valdez obviously now moved up. Was that a coincidence, do you think, or does he not want to fight you that much?
I don't know if it's me. Obviously, the WBO ordered Shakur Stevenson. I don't know if he's avoiding that one. I don't know if he just wants to be. He just talks about being a two-weight world champion. Santa Cruz has talked about him being a four-weight world champion. It's funny when these big fights come around, though, that they just want to do something else instead of just fighting them with champions. I mean, they may call me out on interviews and stuff, but the management team say a different thing, and I've seen the emails. I've seen the emails between the teams, and like I say, what can you do? What can you do? There's no what I could do. If I could have my own way, I'd fight champion after champion after champion. I've said to Frank, I don't want to be fighting like these defences, then go for a big one. I want the big one now. After that, feed me whoever. I'll fight a conveyor belt of all names.
You know, it's not happening. It's not happening. I don't know, why is he whispering, man? What the fuck? You know, but yeah, it's not happening. The guy he's fighting, him and Shakur Stevenson on that collision. You know, I can't write off Joet Gonzalez because he is the best opponent, better than Christopher Diaz in my opinion, or more so, he's going to have more to bring to the table than Christopher Diaz in my opinion. You know, I feel bad for Josh, but, you know, bruh, you got to fight. And I wonder, like, how he feels, like, genuinely about fighting Shakur Stevenson. You know what? Let's go do a little film study. Let's go look up my motherfucking man, Sophie Tuckington. Let's go look him up. Where you at? This was savage by BoxRec, too. What is wrong with this picture? The fuck, man? Why would they do that? Sophie Ann, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? 35-3-1 with 13 KOs, 33 years old. Southpaw. Southpaw. I don't know none of these people. Fought in France. This is Germany, right? That's the German flag. What flag is this? Don't get me lying. With the Bulgarian flag. Frank just pulled him out of nowhere. Let's go watch some tape. Let's go watch some footage. We got some footage. Footage. So I'm guessing he's the one in this blue right here. Oh, my bad. Belgium. Oh, he is slow as molasses. Oh! Oh, Josh is finished. Josh is finished. You know, he's ranked high by the IBF. Ranked number 2. And look at all these names that's sitting there. What names could, you know, when you're a champion, you have to fight somebody ranked in the top 15. Look at the top 15. Even though it's a little jacked up, my rankings, oh wait, here are the real rankings. Look at the top 15 of the IBF. Who are these men? I know Paul's this guy Lee Wood. Didn't he fight somebody else with like a crazy name? Asawa. You got Carl Frampton, Mick Collin, James Jazza Dickens. They didn't want to give him a call. Look at these people. I saw this person fight somewhere, didn't I? From Mongolia. Yeah, I knew I saw you somewhere. I've been seeing this guy around. Where I've been seeing you at, brother? What card was this? Did I cover this? Thurman versus Lopez. I knew I've been seeing you around. But yeah, it's not really much there. Who are these people? You know? I mean, yeah, it may be, but you know, isn't he whose fighter is he? Whose fighter is Tapora? He is the Pacquiao fighter. And didn't I cover him or did I watch that fight? I don't remember. But once again, look, PBC fighter. With Pacquiao's deal with Al Haymon, his fighters belong to Al Haymon. So, yeah, there you go. There you go. Al Haymon probably setting him up for a purse bid to try to win against BT Sport. Make him drop his belt. Make Josh drop his belt. You know? Yeah, don't be posting fake shit in my chat. But yeah, we didn't wrap up the 126-pound division. Yeah. Now we can do some random Q&A for the next 20 minutes, half an hour. What's up with y'all? I saw somebody complaining in the chat that I do my streams at a weird time during the day. While I'm testing all this stuff out, it's very, difficult to operate and get all this stuff running and making sure there's no lag and all that. So the next few weeks, especially since August up until the 24th, Kovalev Yard, and then after that, Loma, Campbell was pretty dry. So chilling, working, perfecting the brand, making sure there's no more sound issues, working on the podcast, getting the guest line up. So next, I want to incorporate Skype, and I want to make sure that is no lag when people call in or if guests do like video calls. You dig me? So it takes a lot of work, you know. Who do you have winning Kuzman Hunter? That's a very interesting fight. I like that whole card though. I did a video on it.
He was in spirit. He gave messages. He gives guidance. He is forever loved, right?
Thank you, Larry. I don't even know people can donate on here. That's what's up. But that wasn't super chat, right? Why you ain't say nothing? Weird. But, also, another merch store is down below in the description box. So I gotta fix some things up in there because I think that the currency's only in like British pounds or some shit. Yeah, well, if you donate, then Thurman blesses you. See, listen in. So basically, he's saying this for you, the donator. He's saying that you're bringing guidance and shit.
He was in spirit. He gave messages. He gives guidance. He is forever loved, right?
He talking about you.
Controversy donated $36 through Super Chat. This is a test Super Chat alert for $36.
Yeah, so if you donate, that's Thurman introducing you. You're bringing like guidance and shit. So, as I was saying, we're simplifying the show, getting things more organized, and more importantly, I want to make sure that my post-fight show. See, the post-fight show is the bread and butter. The post-fight show and the Monday show. Now, here's where I'm stuck at. Nobody's really doing a consistent primetime show. I'm talking about something where it's like 8 p.m. Pacific, but like 11 p.m. Eastern. But the problem with that is that I want to incorporate global time zones. So that's one of the reasons why I chose 12 to 2 on Mondays. Because over here, it's 12 p.m. Eastern for me. Over on the West Coast, it's the morning time, 9 a.m. Over in the UK, it's the drive home, 5 p.m. You dig me? Yeah, the post-fights is where it's at. The post-fight is where it's at. So now that I have access to the highlights, the post-fight press conferences, You know, the post-fight shows is where it's at, but not all post-fights. The fuck is 1810? The fuck is 1810? You know I was at Fibbers. You watched the stream. Bro, you watched the stream. So yeah, and then I'm also bringing in the post-fight calls. I don't know if I want to do Skype, you know, during like post-fight. You know, I just want to limit it to like calls. I don't want to have people calling in and, you know, doing dumb shit on video. So yeah, while we're here, let's go check out some more footage. Let's go check out more footage. But in all honesty, this was a stream I was supposed to do yesterday. So I just said, damn, I got to get this out of the way today. I didn't plan on streaming today. So tomorrow I'm going to be in the field. We're going to be doing the weigh-in for the ESPN card tomorrow that was supposed to have called Frampton as the headline. In fact, here's the promo for it. Wait, where we at? This is tomorrow. This is Saturday. Oh, God. They were expecting a lot of Irish to come out in support of Call Frampton, but, you know, he got injured. Huey Fury versus Povetkin. I'm going to go with Povetkin. I predict it's going to be a nasty-ass fight because of Huey Fury's style. I respect him for taking the fight, though. You know, because he's got a lot of making up to do to the fans. Fans don't be really feeling Huey Fury. You know, every time he's had a big fight or, you know, he just underproduced or didn't do enough. You know? So hopefully the next time we come on stream, I'm going to have the Skype call in. I'm going to have a Skype call in test to see how it goes. Because, you know, I got to get the overlays. I got to make sure, you know, there's no lag and, you know, I'm able to moderate the calls and all that. So I already have Skype, obviously, but, you know, it's not easy to get everything in here, get it real time working. So, for example, I don't even know what the delay time is. So I don't want to be asking a question and there's like a 10-second delay of them, you know, trying to get it, you know. Yeah, call-ins are coming very, very soon. So far, I'm working out the kinks with this right here. This is not the same program I used to use not even a month ago. So I just built it to look like it was, but it's not. It's a lot more shit. Like, you couldn't, like, do this type of stuff with the last, you know. Yeah, I don't like that, though. I still have an issue with Adrian Browne bragging about that. That wasn't cool. A man's side piece is like his best friend. A man's side piece is sometimes more important to him than his girl. All right. T-Street don't live that life anymore. T-Street don't have no pieces. You know, but I'm just saying, back in the day.
He was in spirit. He gave messages. He gives guidance. He is forever loved, right?
T-Street Controversy donated $60 through Super Chat. This is a test Super Chat alert for $60.
I can't tell you who the first guests are going to be, but trust me, obviously the number one is going to be somebody really, really, really well known. That's the best thing I can say. So here's where I'm at in the podcast, if anybody who, for people who wanted to know. I'm learning how to edit into overlays. You know, like have the right levels for the musical overlay over the intro, also artwork. So it's not like doing a podcast You know, the lazy way, in my opinion, would just to be, you know, just to record the audio and then add a little bit of shit here and then say, okay, here are podcasts. You know, but we're going for deep, thought-provoking content. There's going to be 2 podcasts. One where I'm talking about everything, whatever I feel like talking about. And then the boxing one is going to be in phase 1. There's going to be 2 guests a month. And then as time goes on, as we enter different phases, we may go to everyday live show, radio show, where we have different guests on. But as it stands right now, there's going to be 2 guests a month to start off. And you know, people when they have like a guest, they add shit that people really don't want to really give about. For example, you know, you've been hearing this name Roberto Diaz for the longest. Golden Boy's matchmaker. What does a matchmaker do? You know, what's their number one job? I mean, outside of matchmaking and putting a fight together, but what do they do? How much footage do they watch? Who was the matchmaker that said that Josh Warrington, we found a guy for you. I've been watching the footage. You can beat this guy. His name is Sofiane Tukatintonkinton. Who was that guy? You know, that said like who? You know, who's the guy that finds a Robert Peralta to beat up a Robert Guerrero? And was that Tom Browne, TGB Promotions? Somebody that's saying like, yeah, you know what? Let's call that motherfucker up from fucking Argentina and bring him over here. Like, who does that? You know? You ever wonder? You know? So that's where we're going. Any good fan could be a matchmaker, true. But you have more responsibilities, I've learned, when you're a matchmaker. Like making sure that the opponent is approved. You got to make sure that the opponent, do you have to make sure the opponent can get over here? Or is that the opponent's manager? Or, you know, it's a whole bunch of shit. Just hang up the papers at the Home Depot. Yeah, sometimes you do get the announcers. They may say, and you know, just last week, he was doing Uber, and he's a bicycle delivery guy in New York. And now he's fighting here on this big stage. Yeah, I'm coming to the UK. I had to cut some chick off last week. I was like, yeah, I forgot. I got to get my passport soon. Because, you know, that shit take like 3 months. And, but yeah, I'm coming to the UK. I want to get over there for about a week. And I am the type of person where I'll plan a UK trip in like a week, like 4 days. But like, get this flight, get this shit. I am not sure if whatever fight I come to is not going to be a big fight over there. Is Ryan Garcia ducking Romero Prescott Duno? No, they said it was something. He said it was something with the promoter. But he's fighting Avery Sparrow, who fought Hank Lundy here in Philly. What final presser that's live right now? There's a press conference on right now? Oh, you're right. Since we're here, we're supposed to be doing that.
And you have 2 kids that match up so well.
I'm going to edit this out. We're going to talk about this. Let me get this out of his face.
Fights were very, very close. The first one was a draw, I believe. The second one was a split decision win. And these guys really have the true heart of a champion. And that's the reason why they decided, let's do the third. Let's get it on. Let's give the fans what they want.
Ooh, Claudia Trejo's here?
Exciting these fights have been.
Oh my God.
Oscar Negreta's been with Golden Boy for a while. He felt that he came up just a little short in the second fight. Many people thought he won. It was a close fight, could have gone either way. But he demanded the third fight and said, I want to fight him again. I want to prove that I can beat him. And that's the reason why we put on this fight. So I want to have him come up and say a few words. Oscar Negrete. Oscar?
Just because you're a moderator don't mean that you can't be brought down to reality by my hand, La Trigger.
Quiero darle las gracias a Dios, a Golden Boy, por permitirme hacer lo que me gusta.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for being here. I want to thank God, first of all. I want to thank Golden Boy for getting me this opportunity again.
Como todos pudieron ver, han sido dos
How dare you!
peleas, las cuales yo he ganado. Todo el mundo ha visto. Diferente a lo que vieron algunos jueces, pero aquí estamos una vez más para probar que el verdadero campeón soy yo.
And what can I say? These two fights were very, very good fights, emotional fights, where I felt that I won. Most people have told me that I won, and I'm here again to prove that I won and I'm the true champion.
Este sábado van a ver una vez más que vengo muy bien preparado, vengo más preparado que las dos veces anteriores y espero que Joshua Franco esté preparado y que esta vez venga a pelear, no a correr como la última vez.
And this time I'm prepared like never before, even better than the first two fights. And I hope that Joshua Franco is prepared. And I hope that this time he comes to fight, not to run.
Muchas gracias a todos y nos vemos el sábado.
Thank you to everybody. I'll see you guys on Saturday. It's going to be a good fight, guys. Trust me on that. What can I say about Joshua Franco, one of our top prospects as well? He's the current NABF and WBA International Bantamweight champion. Put two terrific fights against Oscar Negrete. Two very, very close fights. Again, you know, a lot of fans were split. They could have gone either way. The last fight he put.
With all the shit going on with Golden Boy, Oscar needs to be here. Eric Gomez has a very good reputation in boxing from what I've heard. I've never heard nothing bad, like no type of dirt. I've always heard that he's been like always having to clean up Oscar shit. Yeah, he knows Oscar's deepest, darkest shit. It was a situation here at Hopkins' very last media workout in Philly. Oh, the fighters are talking. Yo, shut up. Y'all rude.
Thank God. And hope everybody makes it out to see a good card, good explosive card, and see me get another victory. I won I think
Degenerates.
I won the first one. I won the second one, and this time's going to be even worse for him. Thank you.
No need to translate that. You guys heard that for yourselves. But don't miss it. I mean, you guys want to see these guys get at it. You know, they might be small in stature, but they have a heart of a lion and all the desire in the world to win. Okay, so that brings us now to our main event. A fight that, you know, for us, that Golden Boy, you know, it's hard sometimes when you have two guys from the same promotional company, you have them fight each other. But, you know, that's boxing, guys. It's not like any other sport. Sometimes you have to fight guys that are with the same promoter. Sometimes you have to fight guys that, you know, fight guys that are from the same gym. That's boxing. It's an individual sport. And in order to do this fight, it was mixed emotions for our matchmakers, Roberto Diaz, Oscar, myself. But, you know, both guys wanted it. Both guys want to prove that they belong. You have a top contender in Antonio Orozco, who just fought for the world title, lost in a very close fight against the champion Ramirez. And then you have the young, up-and-coming prospect that wants to be a contender and knows that he has to beat guys like this in order to be considered for a world fight. It has all the makings of a dramatic fight, an emotional fight, and what better place than here in Grand Prairie, which is, you know, Virgil's hometown. And Antonio Orozco, look, he said, look, I don't care where the fight is. I'll fight anybody, any place. And he's proving it because, you know what, he does have the heart of a champion. He has the heart of a lion, and he wants to win this more than anything. He's got an incredible record, 28-1.
There's a lot of lion hearts out here.
He's relentless. I'll have him say a few words, Antonio Rosco.
I did, I turned it up. Antonio Rosco.
Primero que todo, buenas tardes a todos, me parece. Y antes de comenzar, quiero dar las gracias a Dios, ¿verdad? Y a Golden Boy, a DAZN por darme esta oportunidad de estar aquí frente a ustedes.
I got that haircut.
Darles una gran noche de boxeo.
That's under my hat.
Buscando una victoria, ¿verdad? Para que mi carrera siga adelante y tener otra oportunidad a un título mundial. First and foremost, I want to thank God and, for giving me the opportunity to be here once again. Texas, for being here. Texas is a big state. I know you guys are going to come in strong, probably come in like that heat that's outside. And, I just want to welcome everybody, Saturday night for a great night of boxing. We know the tremendous fighter that Vergil Ortiz is. Everyone knows my style of fighting. And it's just a fight that you don't want to miss. This is a great opportunity, not just for myself, but for him. Putting us both at a world title shot once again. So definitely a big fight for myself, and looking for that victory Saturday night.
You were out of line, Chigga. Claudia Trejos, you know how I feel about her. She's a goddess.
They don't call Antonio relentless.
And an enchantress.
He keeps coming.
And a seductress.
Punches and bunches. So this is going to make for a very exciting main event. What can I say about Vergil?
You had no right, bro.
Coming out party in his hometown. Since day one that we started working with Vergil, his dad told me, Eric, Vergil is on a mission. Ever since he started as a little kid boxing, he's on a mission. I don't think you understand what you have on your hands here. This kid has dedicated his entire life, sacrificed everything for boxing. And that's all he thinks about. He eats, drinks, sleeps boxing. He's on a mission. He wants
Go ahead, fuck him up.
He wants to be the youngest world champion. He wants to take over the world, and he'll fight.
I can't go to Texas.
And he's proved it.
They said they gonna get me.
Really tough test in front of him, and he's passed every test.
I can't go nowhere in the South. I can go to Mexico though.
But he knows it. He knows that he's been in the gym with other world
Just can't talk about how Marquez drunk that piss.
top fighters in the world. And he's excelled in the gym. But now there's no more training. There's no more sparring in the gym. Now this is a fight. This is a real fight. And it's kind of like sink or swim for him. He understands how important this fight is. He's in great shape. He's trained like never before. We're very, very happy for him that it's a homecoming. But he's going to have his hands full on Saturday. And either he's going to elevate his game to another level that proves that he belongs amongst the top fighters in the world, or it's back to the drawing board because he has a hungry guy in Antonio Rosco that's going to come.
Yeah, they talking about decapitating me and shit.
So
the hell, man.
We're very, very excited about it. He's your very own, hopefully future world champion if he gets past Saturday. And I'll have him say it in his few words. Vergil Ortiz Jr. Vergil.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I just want to thank some of my sponsors, Mike's Trucking and Good Day Cafe and the rest of Grand Prairie.
Yeah.
Oh, and I want to thank Golden Boy and specifically Eric Gomez. He was literally one of the, not even one of, he was the first guy to discover me when I was an amateur. He gave me this opportunity, and I'm just really grateful for it. What can I say? I've had a ton of interviews. We had a press conference before. I think everything that's said is pretty much said already. I'm not here to mess around. Golden Boy's giving me some hard fights, and like Eric said, I've passed them with flying colors. Even though I'm colorblind, it's whatever. Antonio Rosco is a very tough opponent. I'm not taking him.
He can't see blood.
He deserves all the respect in the world, especially in that ring. We both come prepared for this fight. Like Eric said, it's sink or swim. Good thing I'm a good swimmer. Not literally though. I kind of suck at swimming, literally. But I'm talking figuratively here. And you know what? I'm just looking forward to seeing those familiar faces in the audience. And, you know, best of luck to Antonio Orozco. You know, this isn't personal. You know, it's just a sport. We're here to support our families. And, I mean, other than that, I just want to thank everyone out here for coming out. And God bless.
Okay, great. So that concludes the press conference. Again, look, there's still tickets available. They're going very, very fast. We're expecting a sellout on Saturday night. Don't miss it. If you can't come in person, make sure you watch it on DAZN on Saturday. Don't miss this card. It's going to be a homecoming for a lot of these Texas fighters. It's going to be a big party, a big Texas barbecue party, right? Okay, so thank you. We're going to pose the fighters now for pictures, and we'll open it up for questions after. Gabriel? Okay, we'll pose them, and then we'll open up for questions and interviews, whoever wants to do interviews.
I want some barbecue. I'm on a fucking diet, man. I can't get some shrimp, though. Shrimp sounds pretty good. Some steamed shrimp. Come on, Oscar. Oscar should have been here. With all the shit they got going on, Oscar should have been there. Oh, yeah, I was telling you the story about how I was at Bernard Hopkins' last media workout here in Philly at the Joet Boxing Gym. And I had an interview with Oscar De La Hoya about the Billy Joe Saunders situation. This was about 2 years ago before B-Hop got his ass knocked out the ring by Joe Smith. And you can tell Oscar had a rough night. And just so happened 3 days later, the story of him getting a DUI on TMZ. So while I'm interviewing Oscar, you can see Eric Gomez like in the back, like looking right at me and looking at Oscar and like they watching him. Like to make sure like he's like, you know, not like fucked up. It was crazy. Bad news? What do you mean? Why is it bad news for me if the fight's going to be in Saudi Arabia? I'm still going to cover it or not. I'm still going to cover that shit. That's how we roll, man. I like this card. I'm not going to be able to cover it until Sunday, though. Remember, when this card is going to be going on, I'm going to be at the ESPN card here in Philly. So I'm not going to be able to cover this live that night. Next week is kind of dead, and then shit picks back up the week after with Kovalev, Yard, and the Estrada, Juan Francisco Estrada Mexico card. Shevchenko? Isn't that Saturday? Let me tell you what's going on with my UFC mixed martial arts coverage. I don't have the confidence to cover it. I've been in some email correspondence with Zuffa about some things, but I haven't been confident to cover it. I haven't been confident in covering it. Well, I could literally be making like a lot of money off of covering these UFC events, and I'm just not doing it. I got to get on the fucking ball. Oh. I mean, Virgil's fight is the only good fight on the card anyway. Depending on like Oscar Nagrete. He's been on the channel a few times. My colleague over in LA, Rob, has interviewed him several times. Well, one thing about Saudi Arabia, you can't go over there and be fucking climbing over walls drunk in the street like I was in Vegas. No way. No way. You think I want to get booked or get into trouble in a foreign country? You can count T Street out. Count T Street out. T Street is not going. Can you imagine T Street goes to Saudi Arabia? No way. No way. That's the last adventure I need in my life. No way. I've had too many adventures. Remember the last adventure I went to hell. How's it? I don't know. No way. No more adventures for me. Shit. No more adventures for me. Fuck that. T Street gonna cover that shit right from home. No way. No way. So yeah, what else is on the docket for the day? What else is on the docket? Let me see. What was I looking for? Oh, the boxing schedule. No way. No. It ain't gonna happen. Wilder, Ortiz 2, November the 9th with Gary Russell versus Leo Santa Cruz as the co-feature. Y'all liking that shit? How you like that shit? Y'all like that shit? Oh, shit. I forgot Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. fight this weekend. Chavez Jr. fight this weekend. Holy shit. Is there some photos? He had a media workout? What weight is this shit at? Oh, shit. We got to find that somewhere. We got to cover that. Let's see. We're going to find it. Past 24 hours. Let's find some video footage. We got some footage. Fight TV. I wonder if it's going to be on Fight. Can I buy it on Fight? I'm going to see if I can buy this somewhere. Let's see if it's on here. Also, there's a free BKB fight tomorrow. Oh, no, on Saturday, BKB 7. I'm going to be posting links to. September the 21st, we're going to be streaming our first live fight card with live commentary on this channel. And also, you'll be able to call in between fights on September the 21st, Ultimate Boxing. Tell you about that a little bit later on as we gear up. Let's see if we can find this Chavez fight. See what we can watch it at tomorrow. I mean, Saturday. I want the footage. You know what? This is one of those fights they trying to fucking hide. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to hide it. Every now and then, you'll have a fighter come back where they try to hide the fight. No, we're going to find it. It's going to be on Boxeo Azteca. If it's on Boxeo Azteca, I got that channel. Now. You can't hide from me.
Look, Ty is the biggest star in all of women's wrestling, in my opinion. I mean, he's the greatest knockout champion of all time. Look at Browne. He's not a man to be trifled with. Yeah, sure. Looks like he shot the same place you do.
What is that sound? What is that?
Well, what's he doing here? Is he proposing? Oh,
What
this
the
is
fuck?
adorable.
What the fuck? Shut the fuck up. All right. Here we go.
15 de septiembre del 2012, el campeón peso medio del Consejo Mundial de Boxeo, Julio César Chávez Jr., hacía su cuarta defensa ante el veterano de 37 años, Sergio Maravilla Martínez. Después de 12 episodios en el Thomas & Mack Center de Las Vegas, el argentino le quitó por decisión unánime el título a Chávez Jr. y la racha invicta en 46 peleas. A 7 años de aquel combate, se habla de una revancha. Pero antes, el hijo de la leyenda tendrá que enfrentar a Evert Bravo. Chávez Jr. contra Evert Bravo, sábado 10:30 de la noche, en Azteca 7, La Casa.
Look, I found it. This is how I find out fights. Look, it's on Sabato. Sabato at 11 p.m. See? So we already know. Y'all know what's Sabato? You got that channel? I got that shit. I got the Hispanic package, you know, because you know I'm half black, half Spanish, and half Irish. It's in like my blood. So yeah, that is the show. Really nothing else to talk about that I want to talk about now. No, sound is on. Relax, relax. So tomorrow's show, we got to talk about, I really don't want to talk about it, but we got to. Mayweather Pacquiao 2 and Golovkin versus Derevianchenko. Yeah, I'm half black, half Mexican, and half Irish. But I don't talk about it. It's really dear to my heart. Because people say, Sabato Saturday. or the Boxeo Azteca. Here, let's check. Boxeo Azteca schedule. Boxeo Azteca schedule. We at Boxeo Azteca. I am Spanish. I told y'all that shit's in my blood, man. I see what's on TV Azteca. I don't have time to find this. I'm going to have to find this later on. But yes, the Chavez Jr. fight is televised. In fact, let's go look up this guy he's fighting. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Let's look up this guy he's fighting. Then he said Eddie Bravo or some shit. He hasn't fought in 2.5 years. Remember, he did a little stint in rehab. So I'm guessing this is supposed to be the fight where they see if he's got some discipline. Avert Bravo. Kind of cool name. 25-10-1 with 19 KOs. He's been knocked out 9 times. So I expect it to be no different. His last fight was at 175. He fought Alfredo Angulo, got knocked out in 2 rounds 2 fights ago. Shoney Monaghan went the distance with him. So this guy's been around. Looks like he's a natural 168-pounder. You know what? I'm thinking this is one of those fights like where, you know, they're like, all right, Chavez, you out of like rehab. Let's see if you can do this little bullshit fight right here and show us before we put anything else into you. Because his Canelo performance was just, ugh. And then, you know, when he was with Al Haymon, Haymon was really trying to put money into him. You know, the whole Funfara bullshit. You know? Yeah, man, my health is 100%, man. Thanks for asking. You know, my ankle's finally 100% healed. Now I'm just dealing with the aftermath of. People don't realize I had a severe high ankle sprain for 6 months. You know, that was the worst. Like even just a month ago, it felt like when I was walking without the boot that it was just like that it was gonna break. It was weird. Like I felt it all the way down like to the bone. Like it just wasn't all the way sturdy. But yeah, my shit is cool now. Yes, I am more than the average man. That is true. Thank you for acknowledging. Yeah. Canelo's coming back. Hopefully it's looking like December. You know, he wanted to fight in October, but you know, he's got that shit going on. And also it seems as though he really, really wants out of his Golden Boy contract. But can he get out? It's looking like he might be able to. And if Oscar going to be clean and doing the right thing, it's now or never. He's got to be clean as possible because that's a way for Canelo to be able to get out of his contract and be like, hey, look, my promoter can't even keep his fucking nose clean. You know? That's a way for him to get out. So it's looking ugly. But as far as the DAZN deal, he ain't getting out of that. He is not getting out of that. If he goes, I think that he'll do his own shit. You know, he's got to be already setting up a team somewhere, right? That would be smart. You know, he's got to be setting up his own team somewhere to do his own shit. You know? Going with Haymon, I don't see that. I don't see it. I don't see him going with Eddie. Would he go with Eddie? Eddie's always a possibility. If he goes with Bob or goes with ESPN, then all the leverage switches over to ESPN, because if you want the money, you got to fight. You ain't going to freeze Canelo out. From what I've gathered from it, it's looking like a relationship that only a legal agreement, a contract, like meaning like litigation would keep them in, like, no, you cannot go anywhere. Remember, Dan Goosen took, rest his soul, took Andre Ward contract to the grave. Andre Ward kept trying to get out. Wherever Canelo goes, that's where the money goes. If ESPN was to get him, I'm sure ESPN would throw the boatload at him. You know, but would he do that? And can he, does he have the know-how or the people around him, somebody that he can say, hey, yeah, you can run my team for me. You can run Canelo Promotions or whatever you're going to call it. You know? Would it be Chepo, the chef? Would it be Eddie who? There's a lot of work in doing, like, promoting a fighter. You got to know a lot of shit. You know, it's not easy. You can say what you want about Mayweather. He's his own promoter. No, he's not. Al Haymon does all the paperwork and all the meetings and all that shit, and securing all the venues and the PR firms and all that. So does he have somebody that can do that? That's one reason why fighters don't overall promote themselves. A lot of shit that got to be done. You know, a lot of shit that got to be done. Gingerbread Promotions. You guys are scum. I think I'm gonna have sushi for lunch. I've been doing really well. I lost 14 pounds in 40 days. I'm on PEDs. Yeah. I'm on PEDs. So yeah, my metabolism. You know, and I'm getting a dog. I'm getting a baby pit bull in 2 weeks. So yeah, things are changing. Yeah, I blew the fuck up. Like once I injured my ankle, I wasn't going nowhere, and that whole child custody battle. No, I'm 264. 264. Yeah, I'm on PEDs. This was advised. Want to see my PEDs? I'll show you my PEDs. These was advised to me. It's my PEDs. Yeah. Oh, I got more PEDs. I think they were over on the other desk. So yeah. Yeah, well, I'm getting a puppy, so, you know, train it from the beginning. Get a sandbag. From where? We're just chewing the fat for the next 15 or so minutes, and then I gotta do some more work on this stream. I gotta update my website, update my rankings. And then we are going to move on and start working on our weekend and daytime show. So the first post-fight live stream I'm going to do is going to be Kovalev Yard, and it's also going to be Loman Campbell. I want to make sure I have the call-ins ready for that. Talk about Browne. Browne can kiss my ass. He talking about retiring again. He talking about retiring every 6 months. You know, you getting a poodle. Screw you. You know, I used to be like a really, really big Browne fan, even though I knew, you know, after I saw that, what was that guy's name? He fought him on ESPN years ago. I keep forgetting his name. He never fought again after he was Adrian Broner's first gift. What was that guy's name? Don't remind me. He fought Adrian Browne when they were both like 7-0 or some shit. On old ESPN. Fernando Quint, was that his name? Fernando Quintero? Let me see. I'm gonna show y'all the fight. Little clip. Yeah, he posted some bullshit about him retiring. No, it wasn't DeMarco. It wasn't DeMarco. Fernando Quintero. This was Adrian Broner's first gift. And you know how? Let me tell you. Let me school you a little bit. This guy right here. Look at the score. 77, 75, 76, 76, 78, 74. I watched this fight at Cheney University, if I'm correct. Never fought again. Fucking summer school, I think. Yeah, it was summer school. Was it? I don't remember. Why was I still up there? Anyway, moving on. Let me show you. It's on YouTube. You can watch the fight. And you can see literally like how this guy get robbed. This was Adrian Broner's gift. His first gift.
From the right-handed stance to the southpaw stance. Adrian Broner, Cincinnati-based, born and raised. Edward Charles.
So in this fight, you see, like, look, this poor guy never fought again. This poor guy never fought again. He was roughing AB up. You need to go watch this if y'all haven't yet. You need to go watch this. Look, 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 look. Look, classic AB. Classic AB. No, but at this point in time, as you can see, dude was kind of playing with him. Classic AB. Probably was out the night before drinking and doing some old bullshit. His best was 135 though. The biggest problem with Broner is you never see him in the gym or working on his craft unless he got a fight coming up. You never see him in the gym or working on his craft unless he's got a fight coming up.
With 45 seconds left to go. Well, you said it very early on. Took the fight on just 4 days' notice. So it starts to show up at some point. And here in the final minute of the 8th round, it's arrived. And again, you don't see those subtle, intelligent punches yet from Browne. You just see him throwing a lot of fast punches, but late in the fight with Quintero not having had the benefit of full training, it seems to have at least worked for him.
Dude had 4 days notice before he took the fight. Crazy. You know. Well, no, this was young AB. You know, dude never fought again, though. He always been like that. You know, them 2-3 punch bursts. You know, AB. Ha, 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 ha. That shit don't be doing nothing. They don't be trying to hear that shit. He is on his toes and moving. He don't do that. True. True. AB at 135, his little HBO run. That shit was beautiful to see. But now, you know, that bottle got him. You know? And the problem is his marketability is taking a huge hit because, like, for one, he disrespected Pacquiao. And then he's disrespectful every post-fight interview. He disrespect the fighter, the fans, and then he go do dumb shit outside the, you know, it's just not there no more. You know? Just not there no more. So I'm looking forward to September, though. I am looking forward to my Spence versus Porter build up. Y'all know I'm going to be hitting y'all with video left and right. You know, I'm going to start gearing up like next week. We're going to be covering everything Spence versus motherfucking Porter. You know, I got to send them an email because I think it's disrespectful now that they just don't, like, when it comes to PBC, they don't be letting us in the pay-per-view fights. For some reason, they just be like, I don't know what it is. And yet, we cover, I think we cover more, like, boxing in regards to, like, these vulgar videos and educating people on the card than anybody on YouTube. It's weird. It's weird. You know, so I told Rob, the guy who gets all the footage from LS, said, listen, bro, like, there's no reason why they should be, you know, like, we're going to still cover it like we normally do. You know, media workout, press conference, but they got to be, you know, come on. Covering them PBC face-to-face and countdowns and fight camps. You know, you think the LDBC put a block on them? They could have. But no, that's not the case because for some reason, when I apply for fights, they don't give me no shit. But when I try to send somebody, they give a shit. It's weird. You know? Well, Wilder Fury. No, they didn't deny me. Every fight, I didn't apply for Wilder Fury myself. But it's weird. No, Sam was cool. Remember, I was at the Charlo Korobov and all that shit. And then before I got sick, we had 2 credentials for Wilder versus Ortiz. But my black ass was in the hospital. AB is going to go down. This one could have been the shooter. I don't know, man. AB, you know, he still brings something, but he's not a main event fighter to me no more. I mean, him versus Ivan Redkach. Okay. I'm cool with that on Fox. Free TV Fox. But after this, if he don't perform, then it's like, yo, you got to go back down to motherfucking Fox Sports 1, bro. Or you're going to be a co-feature. You're not going to be a main event no more. You know, he don't have, like, he's got to perform. And then when you see the content, the videos and the interviews that he's in, he's still out there partying and shit. This is the time, like, where he's really supposed to be, like on his shit. And I'm thinking that he's doing this whole retirement bluffing shit is because Haymon or whoever's telling him, hey, champ, you can't get the money like you used to anymore. Like, even though you was on pay-per-view, you ain't do shit. You know? Browne already blew his chance to fight me when he lost to Mikey Garcia. He called me out. And he said we was going to fight for $50,000. He didn't even have the money. He had to try to borrow it from Mikey Garcia. Nah, he blew his shot. You know. He blew his shot. I like Caleb Plant. I don't like that story that came out about him. But overall, I like Caleb Plant as a fighter. And before I didn't like it, but now I like that smugness about him. Like it's his character. You know. Ew, nasty ass Mike Lee. I don't never want to see Mike Lee again. Y'all, how the fuck did he go from being this sophisticated type pretty boy actor dude to that weirdo shit he did in the ring? What the fuck? They need to lock him away. Remember that shit he did? Mike Lee, what the fuck? I don't know what was going on. I'm gonna show y'all. Watch this shit that Mike Lee tried to pull off. I don't never want to see him again. Like, he was this cool, calm, collected dude, but then he get into the ring and then he do that old nasty shit.
Leading up to this fight, there's Lee smiling in the ring. Remember, he did not look up at Caleb Plant during the face-off just prior to the fight.
And here's his first knockdown where Caleb hit him to the body, then hit him upstairs. He covered up, and then Caleb just unwind on him with that left hook. And here's the second knockdown. His hands are high, but he's not what.
What was he thinking? And then he did that nasty shit at the beginning that really pissed me off.
Notre Dame graduate introducing the undefeated Mike Lee. First, the challenger fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with gold trim, hailing from Chicago.
Look, why he had to spit that much? That's the type of shit you slip, and then the referee be like, "Hey, get that shit up." Yee. What the fuck? And he did it twice. Like, so he. I'm sorry, Mike Lee. You fucked it all up, Mike Lee. What was you thinking? He went into the ring and turned into a whole, like, psycho killer, yo. Look, he turned into a whole different dude, and then he had to watch it on replay. He had to watch that nasty shit on replay. Fuck. That's your boy. That's your boy. Ew. He's gonna hit Caleb Plant with that. Oh, he's going for another. Oh man, he was gonna hit Caleb with that. And look, Caleb just sitting there looking at him. Ooh. Good riddance. He got what he deserves. Good riddance. I wonder if that's like his practice. If he does that, like that's his shit. Like he probably like with a chick, and you know, like when I get in that ring, you know, I lick my glove to let him know, like, look, I just spit on you. You know how he talk. I'm sorry. So yeah, once again, we got 10 minutes left. We got 10 minutes left. Then I'm getting out of here. And tomorrow, the next stream I'm going to be doing is from the weigh-in for the ESPN card. You know, I hope to talk to Timothy Bradley, Andre Ward, Shakur Stevenson, Carl Frampton. He's still going to be there because it was his card. Let's see if we can get something from Bob Arum. And yeah, we're going to be in the field tomorrow. And then Saturday, I'm going to be at the fight. And then Sunday, I'm going to be here, you know, doing a stream to recap it all. And next week, we're going to be doing some test runs on the Skype call-ins to gear up for the shows going forward. Yeah, he did lick the shit out that glove. Also, I am going to be launching Patreon because I'm not quite confident yet that we're going to be able to continue to do what we're doing, and especially showing live post-fight highlights and be able to monetize the videos. So that's like one of the conditions. For example, I can't really talk about it, but you know, with some of the, you know, somewhat agreements, you know, some videos I can monetize, some videos I can't. See what I'm saying? But yeah, the post-fight videos are the bread and butter, so we got to capitalize off of that and get the late night show going. Right? Yeah, we don't know what's up with Veronica, man, but, you know, she's a loyal viewer, you know, so I can't really, you know, like block her or anything. I just hope, you know, she finally gets what she needs. She yearns for BBC, which is a big black cock. And she's very, very vocal in letting the viewers and those in the chat know that she yearns and thirsts for it, and, you know, white men just can't satisfy her. She says it to me. You know? So, real quick before we bounce, since we got 10 minutes left, let's go look at the boxing schedule. In fact, let's look at some promos while we're here. What happened to the original content from the Zone 2? Where's AK and Barack? Where they been? AK and Barack. Y'all seen them cats? This was pretty good right here for those who haven't seen it.
All right, you've heard both Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn on this podcast before, but with this Saturday's 140-pound title fight between Jose Ramirez, who's promoted by Top Rank, and Maurice Hooker, who's co-promoted by Match.
Hang on as best they can to those fighters, and I've made offers to PBC fighters 4 or 5 times what they're earning at the moment, but somehow he manages to keep them. Good operator. But in that respect, we're more of a threat now to the PBC. In the past, we were a guy who would pay some money for a PBC fighter, we'd have an opponent for a PBC fighter, it was almost like a bit of a trade-off. Now, and we do that with Top Rank, but since we've been in the US market, we've actually done more business with Top Rank, which is quite unusual, because they've had the vision to say, no, it's fine. I mean, DAZN and ESPN are both subscription channels. So everybody that has ESPN Plus has the capability to know how to digest content digitally and on an app. So we have our customers are your customers. I mean, that's
right.
really
anybody who's interested in boxing and wants to watch boxing and is, so inclined, they're going to buy ESPN Plus, but they'll also buy DAZN. I mean, it's not there isn't that competition that they're mutually exclusive. They're not. They're not, because I know many people that have DAZN, but almost everybody that has DAZN has ESPN Plus, and a lot of people who have ESPN Plus have DAZN. So it's
that's
not
true. I think
mutually,
so.
And you know who else has found out that? The networks. It used to be, hey, you don't mention a football game on Fox because it's going to take viewers from us at the same time zone. Now they realize by promoting each other's games, they're helping the sport and they're helping themselves. Years ago, you wouldn't have seen a Fox television broadcast saying, watch this game that's coming up next on CBS.
You still have to give the Zone a lot of credit, despite some of their mishaps. Is that they ain't even been around for a year yet. They got the 160-pound division. Eddie Hearn is still putting on cards left and right and still signing fighters. Even though he hasn't been able to get those PBC fighters, he still had a lot of key signings with Devin Haney, Marat Gassiev, Alexander Usyk, Juan Francisco Estrada. That's just a little bit. And with that card that they're putting on in September, remember, they launched last September. Look at the type of card they're putting on with Serrano versus Hardy. Right there. That can be its own card. Right? Kuzman versus Hunter. Dana Roman versus Morjan. Let me see if I can remember the name off the top of my head. Akhmadiev, I believe. We got a chance to do a deep look at him on the stream we did a couple of days ago. And that right there can be a Fight of the Year candidate. And then, of course, Devin Haney versus Zaire Abdullayev. We looked at some footage on Abdullayev, too, even though he's got, little amateur background. From what we've seen, Devin Haney should, get the win. Jaime Munguia and Jesse Vargas is supposed to still be in the works, somewhat. I respect Jesse Vargas for wanting to fight, really respect him. Poor Humberto Soto. Don't forget, motherfucking Brandon Rios is still floating around out there. What's time we got left? Cool. So once again, tomorrow, T Street is going to be out in the field. Up at Temple University, getting some interviews. It's a shame because I really was looking forward to interacting with the Irish crowd. That's what they were really going for putting call Frampton here in Philly. Also, Bertabiev versus Volzdik is supposed to be happening in Philly in October. Crazy, right? 175-pound WBC and IBF champion unified here in Philly. Philly's been getting a lot of cards, at least for a year now. Significant cards. Yuri Munguia's fight. Hey, it's Munguia. All right. Fighting somebody else? I don't know. I'm a little bit behind. I've been working on this platform. I haven't even really been on Twitter like that. So, let's see what we got. Let me go look at the schedule real quick. I haven't checked my emails or anything. I'm getting back to gaming streams too. Soon you're going to be seeing random. Yeah, I'm going to the Volzdik fight. Soon you're going to be seeing random streams popping up. What up, Jose? We got to talk soon, man. You're going to see random gaming streams popping up on my T Street Uncut channel, and also random content. So that's already set. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, these next couple of weeks is dry, man. Next couple of weeks is dry, fellas. Next couple of weeks is dry. Emmanuel Navarrete is next week. Remember, that was supposed to be Jose Benavidez versus Luis Collazo was the main event. Vincent Feigenbutz, ranked very high by the IBF at 168. Future Caleb Plant mandatory is right there. Solid Promotions fighter. And then, you know, November the 24th is the big day with Kovalev versus Yard. And Kovalev, if he wins, will very, very likely get Canelo. Also, Juan Francisco Estrada versus Dwayne Beeman down in Mexico with Filip Hrgovic versus Mario Heredia. Brandon Figueroa. Yeah, I got to cover that fight. On Fox Sports 1 against Javier Nicholas Cacon for the WBA 126-pound featherweight title, a belt that shouldn't fucking exist. And then the big one at the end of the month, the 31st, Lomachenko versus Luke Campbell, Huey Fury versus Alexander Povetkin, and Charlie Edwards versus Julio Cesar Martinez. And then the fight you've all been waiting and salivating for, Erislandy Lar versus Alvarez, 2. Nah, Lar versus Ramon Alvarez, Canelo's older balding brother. Caleb Truex versus Peter Quillen 2. Looking forward to that. The winner is going to be Caleb Plant, mandatory. And Jeff Horn, Michael Zarafa. So the month ends strong with somewhat significant fights. Starting on the 24th. Who's hot? I want to see who's hot. Who's hot? Omar Figueroa's sister? Was that the one that came out with him, with them? They look alike. Don't she look just like him? Don't his sister look like Figueroa? Like with the fat cheeks and everything? I haven't seen. Let me see. Oh shit, that is her. Yeah, she did. I remember. That is her. When she came out. Yeah. Yeah, they look alike. She looked like, I mean, you know, she's hot and everything, but, you know, I was like, that's it. They gotta be related. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not. Brandon Figueroa give me the creeps. You know? But all right, fellas, we got to get out of here. I'm T Street Controversy with FightView360.com. I'm going to edit this video up, chop it all up, make it look good. Remember, the live show's coming soon. Well, the live show's already here. But, we're doing beta tests so far. I've only dropped 3 frames in the last 37 minutes, 12 frames overall. So it hasn't been no lag. We're getting there. The sweet spot. Sound issues have been sorted out.
He was in spirit. He gave messages. He gives guidance. He is forever loved, right?
Yeah, things are going good. All right, so once again, I'm going to be doing the next stream tomorrow from the Frampton, Jason Sosa weigh-in that what used to be the Frampton card. This is T-shirt Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.